Hey, so auction weekend has come and gone. The guys are fantastic. The pizza was great. The conversation was stellar. And my team is pretty good. I had a bunch of direct messages from you all asking me with my keeper pitchers and my keeper hitters, how did I do? How did I end up with my team this year? A couple things, if you're new to the channel, it's a keeper league. We get to keep up to 15 players going into the next year, provided that they're at their regular salary number and carry that salary over, and they haven't played for 3 years. I've been able to keep players that were traded into the National League, but were in the American League to start last year, and we kept them into this one. And then I was able to spend pretty much all of my $260 budget. I think I left $5 on the table, but I came home with a great team. So anyone who has an A in the status field here, that's someone that I added in the auction this year. I'm really excited to start with Cal Raleigh there at my catcher position. A lot of power there. I think that he's the same as a mid-level outfielder. And I think that the pop and the RBI potential that he has is fantastic there in Seattle. And I got him for only $2. But if you look, it was something weird of the catchers last year. Adley Rutschman went for $17, which made sense. But then all of a sudden, all the catchers were going for nothing. Absolutely nothing. Cal Raleigh was brought up for $1. Nobody else bid. I grabbed him at $2. And then not one round later, that same person brought up Logan O'Hoppe for $1. And I got him for $2. I have both O'Hoppe and Raleigh, so I got O'Hoppe in one of my DH spots. We have 2 DHs and not 2 catchers. So I'm really excited about my catcher potential. 2 great players at only a $4 combined. That's crazy. Ryan Noda at first base. I kind of got stuck. I was hoping for Vinny P. I was hoping for the kid out of Baltimore. I was hoping for Ryan Mountcastle, who's going to DH in Baltimore. I was hoping for the kid in Anaheim, but they all went. They all went for way more than I wanted to spend, and I ended up all of a sudden not having anyone standing there at first base. So I ended up with Ryan Noda. My guess is he'll be the first person that I drop down into the waiver wire and find somebody good, hopefully, that comes up, or someone that I can trade for. Jose Ramirez, $61. What? So there were a bunch of guys that were tier 1 first-round draft picks available. We had Juan Soto, we had Aaron Judge, we had Vlad was still there, we had Bo Bichette, and we had Jose Ramirez. I needed a corner. I didn't have my first, my third, or my corner. Jose Ramirez brings all the categories. He hit 5 stars for what I need, and I'll go into that in a different video. But the bidding went up and 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 up. I luckily had the money because of the cheap keepers I had, and I brought home Jose Ramirez at $61. Probably won't keep him next year, but for this year, I'm going to like those stats. And then there's J.D. Davis. I talked about him in the last video that I did with you guys about new players into the American League, and I stuck to my word. He was one of the players I was hoping to get. I was able to get him at only $1. I think he was one of my last picks in the auction. I think he's going to be a great corner guy, bring me a little pop, some runs scored, and somebody's got to get RBIs in that Oakland team, and it's probably going to be him. I already had Altuve, I had Story, I had Nato. I got Bo Bichette for $33. I'm so excited about Bo Bichette. He's in my other DH spot. He was another one of those 5-star guys for me. He hit all the criteria that I needed in the auction, and to get him for only $33 when other first and second rounders were going in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, I thought was a great deal. Then over here, we've got Logan O'Hoppe, who already talked about. I kept Mike Trout, Chaz, Jaron. I added Dalton Varsho, who was a 4-star person at the time. Everyone else was a 3 or 2 left. I went with Dalton Varsho. I got him for $17, not too bad. And I added Max Kepler towards the end for $5, a nice little spot there. You guys know that I already had my 9 pitchers set, and you can watch the video on that if you haven't seen it already. The last pitcher that I did pick up, I picked up Will Smith. So I figure I'll get jiggy with some saves there in Kansas City and be able to use him. Now, Duran was put on the DL, so I won't be able to have him as my closer. Picked up Garrett Whitlock after the auction to be able to put him on my team. I think he's going to be able to get me some wins and a whole lot of strikeouts. He just had his last start of the spring, and he looked amazing. So I'm excited to have him take the spot of Duran for a while Duran comes back. But I have Will Smith getting saves while Duran is hurt, along with Holmes, and hopefully that will get me enough saves to keep in the higher end of the saves category as we go through the beginning of the season. So that's my team. What do you guys think? Where did I mess up? Who did I miss? Do you like my odds? Do you think I'm going to do well? Let me know in the comments. I appreciate it, and we'll talk more in the next couple videos.